Hello and welcome back to the Toronto Floorball League. My name is Colin Doyle, and this is the last game of the regular season. Some things on the line today after our earlier matches today. The seeding is as follows. 5th place, the Turtles, they get their first win ever as a franchise over the Flames earlier today. The Lions, in their loss, unfortunately will be forced. Those two will play at a chance to play the number 1 seed. Now, if the Sharks win this game, or they lose by less than 8 goals, they end up getting first place. No team this season has lost by 8 goals. The maximum, I think, is 8-1 games. So they would literally have to be an unprecedented loss for the Sharks to not get the first seed. So we'll likely see the Sharks versus either the Turtles or Lions, and the Flames versus Ravens in the playoffs. Before we get into the game, we are going to get started very shortly, but some very important statistics here as we're getting going pretty soon. Our goal leaders, Nick Petrakis has 11 for the Sharks, but Russ Einadinov not here today, a big loss for the Ravens. His 3rd in the league. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. Petrakis has been on fire all season, and we'll see if he can get back in the goal column for the Sharks again today. So we head down to the floor. Sharks barely getting their goaltender in. It's Arnold Luong today for the start of this match. Hathroll gets a deep shot from Hathroll off the side of the net. Arnold gets some hands on it. Sends it behind the net. Umesh up the middle to Jonathan Lex. Off to Petrakis himself. Petrakis, 11 goals, 15 points on the season. By far the number 1 player in the TFL. That shot can't get through. Wolf loses the ball to Andrew Lynn on the far side. Ravens in the corner. Sent up. Chris Sprang sends it back to Hathroll. Loses it in the middle. Wolf tries to get it out. Loose ball in the middle of the floor, and Umesh will send it deep for Lex. Advantage to the Ravens, but Sprang able to get through the chaos, but loses it shortly after to Isaac Cashno, who sends it all the way up the floor. Umesh shot that one right into the gut of Jay. He was the referee for the first game today, and he will be reffing all of the playoff games. So you see Ezra there joining the Sharks bench. Dawson Wiggle down the near side. Dawson hands it off to Petrakis, who ends up losing it. Dmitriev trying to get a stick on it. Dmitriev puts his body in the way of it. Petrakis tries to get the clear. Can't quite do it. Dmitriev on it through Petrakis' legs. This one will be fired behind the net. Gabriel 10 tries to get it back. Great stick from Jonathan Lex. Sends it behind the net. This one will be chased down by Rupar. Tries to chip it back. That one ends up going over the boards. It'll be Sharks ball. Isaac Cashno going to be the one to hit it in. Umesh at the point now. Looking for some options. He'll fire it on. Palmed away by Jay. Hathroll tries to hit Kuehl on the far side. Can't quite do it. Kuehl into the corner. Umesh puts it through his legs. Goldberg able to get this one out. Chipped up, dumped to the far side. Wiggle gives chase. It'll be Gabe 10 though. Sends it behind the net. Chris Sprang. Chipped up, Owen Kuehl on that far side. It'll be Ravens ball off of the stick check from Dimitri Zoom. Cashino collects on that dump. Between the legs, fired out by 10, picked up by Cashino in the middle. Back in front, no good to Wolf there as Dmitriev will bring this one up the wing. Back across, down into the corner. Zoom will collect. The Ravens have had a very hard time getting offense going. Chipped up the boards. Goldberg across to Wiggle. Loses it. 10. Tries to stay on it. Kuehl finds Hathroll and the Ravens break it out the other way. Kuehl in the corner. Has 10 at the point. Across. Hathroll tries to get a tip on it, but it goes all the way across the goal line. And 10. Will collect it for the Ravens. They take it slow. Chris Sprang on the far side. Chips it by Goldberg. That ball bounces on Chris. He's able to get it to 10 in the corner. Or Andrew, sorry, in the corner. Spinorama, Luong with the save in goal. Back to the point now. Sprang finds Rupar. Rupar. Spins, goes back. Back to Sprang, chips. Goldberg gets it back out to the middle for Lex. He'll have to spin. He tries to gain some momentum into the offensive half. Wearing one of those beautiful old Sharks jerseys. Almost goes 5-hole on Jay on the surprise shot, but Jay able to collect it. Still 0-0 here early in this game. Laying up the middle. Finds Kuehl. Whips it on. It goes back, rings around the boards. Zoom collects. Dimitri Zoom chips it off the boards. Ravens ball. That one not chipped off the boards. Chipped off Wes Tennyson himself, the referee, for this game. Nick Rupar chips it back. Chris Sprang, or excuse me, Sam McPhail on that pass, and Lynn goes inches wide. Behind to Lynn. Turns around. Across in the middle for Kuehl. Whips it on. That'll be blocked at the point of inception by Jonathan Lex. Umesh Haran. Trying to get something going. Petrakis from distance. He had a magic wand the other week where everything was just going in. I think he had something like 5 goals in 2 games last week. Cashino gets it into Wiggle. Somehow that stays out. Beautiful save from Jay in tight. And this game stays even. Ravens back the other way. My throat dying for a moment. Cashino goes for a little jog up the middle. Petrakis collects, fires wide. Great tip as that one misses the goal on a great save. Lynn chips that one. It stays in bounds somehow, and the Sharks will collect that. Unfortunate. I think Lynn threw it on to try and force a corner hit and did not get it. Sharks off to Cashino. Isaac Cashino runs in wide, up into the top corner. The Ravens up the middle. Nick Rupar. Dmitriev kicks save. Hathroll tries to collect it. Luong can't get his hands on it. Finally does, holds it like cradles it like a child. And hands it off to Cashino to carry it up the floor. Umesh whips it beyond from half court. Goldberg in front, off the mask. Sometimes they call them 10-bell saves when they're really good. I think Jay's bell is ringing after that one. Off the mask and out of bounds. Umesh back to the point. Another one clanging off the mask. Plastic on plastic violence. Into the corner. Goldberg tries to collect Kuehl. Oh, that's a slap check from Sprang. And that one will be turned over. Goldberg back to the point. Sharks still dangerous. Cashino off to Petrakis, has it right up on him, unfortunately, and Hathrill's gone. Back the other way, Tyler Hathrill. You just knew it immediately. Tyler poked away, and hopefully we can see all of this here. Poked away by Rupar, and he goes the other way. That should be an assist to Nick. And Hathrill whips it on.
Rupar?
Yeah.
We'll watch it back later.
I just did. I had the slow motion replay going.
Oh, yeah?
Andrew Lynn bringing it up. Back behind him. Hathrill in front to McPhail, looking for his first goal in the TFL. Intercepted. Sprang, or Lynn, sorry, spins. Good save from Luong. Cashino fires it up the wing. Andrew Lynn chips it up the boards. Intercepted by Cashino. He turned on a dime. Tried to squeeze it by, too many players in between. Petrakis shot, save, second opportunity. Can't get there. That's a high stick. The Ravens get the free hit from in front here on that high stick. Jay taking a bit of a heat break here. That one bounces high. Andrew tries to get a stick blade on it to try and tip it on, and Arnold will send it to the corner. Dimitri on the wing. Across, Wolf. Lex across in front. Corralled somehow by Hathrill. Whipped up the boards, and Sam was cutting the wrong way. Zoom will collect for the Sharks as they break back in. Hathrill intercepts. Sends it off to Andrew. Shot wide. Oh, beautiful chance. On the 3-on-2 for the Ravens on the fast break. They get nothing, unfortunately. Jonathan Lex tries to get through the middle, can't quite do it. That's a good stick work in the corner. Rupar chips it to Andrew, 2-on-2. Andrew into Owen, loses it, and Ezra is the first one to get to it. Chips it up the board to Jonathan. Gets by, toe drag, loses it though. Back behind him, intercepted by Rupar. Gives Ezra a whole body check for his work. I'm going to say that Ezra incited that body contact, and it'll be Ravens' ball off that free hit. Rupar down the wing. Owen looked to be streaking, but couldn't quite get there. Andrew with the interception, 3-on-1. Andrew to Owen. He tried to send it back. That was beautiful. He didn't take the shot. He was wide open. Oh, that's unfortunate. One too many passes. It's only 100% if you connect on that pass, and that's not a easy pass to connect on. Across, Andrew loses it in the fancy footwork. He'll take a lap, circle back, and immediately hand it right to Dawson Wiggle, unfortunately. Lex comes up with it in the middle, lost. Rupar chips it all the way down, and it will be Umesh to collect here for the Sharks. Spinorama, working it up the wing. Gets it by Sprang. Umesh still on it, gets through the middle. Dmitriev, one hand on the stick, tries to bulldoze his way through, and it'll be Cashino collecting. We'll see if he can cash in on one here. That'll be stick contact. Cash behind the net. Chipped up. Lex now with it. Tries to send it behind him, loses it to Owen. He's got two men on him, though. Lex and Cashino, two very experienced players. McPhail whips it on from a great distance, and long. Across, Petrakis intercepts. Shot, I don't know how that didn't go in. Great opportunity, good reaction from Jay. Chipped all the way out. Dmitriev on it. Zoom. Back the other way for the Sharks. Stumps it back to Petrakis. He's wide open. Leaves it for Cashino. Big reaching save from Jay. Gorgeous play there.
Okay, Ravens ball. Very quick. Ravens ball. Thanks for the honesty, boys.
This a absolutely gorgeous save from Jay.
Well, apparently we got a second one up there.
Andrew Lynn lost it to Ezra. He's got Petrakis on the far side. Still pointless so far in this game. Not able to sort of rack up the goals like they were last week. Nick back to the point for Dimitri. Across to Cash. Back to Petrakis, settles it. Back in behind, in front, loses it. Cashino. Around behind the net. Swerve. Deke. Juke. Gets in front. Jake. Down to Dimitri in the corner. Zoom. Has it go off the side of the net. Chris Sprang there to collect. And we'll see if he can spring anything. Nope. Sprung. Could not spring anything for the Ravens as Andrew Lynn now goes back down the wing. This time actually sprung by Sprang. Lynn behind the net, wraparound opportunity in front, intercepted by Cashino, but this is a 1-on-3. He gets by two beautifully, but Rupar able to get the stick in there, interfere with his plans. Lynn, far side, shot, scores! Andrew Lynn. Beautiful shot. I also just realized I had the scoring correct the whole time. 2-0 Ravens. Hathrell was the first one. Nick Rupart now on the inbound. Jonathan Lex collects behind. Beautiful play. What a kick save by Jay. Are you kidding me? This is gorgeous from Jay. Lex with the beautiful work to get in, and Jay with the kick save of the century.
Like, I root for everybody, but him.
Back, Goldberg shot.
I'm trying, eh? The shot's not even out.
Shot, Lex scores on the tip, a beauty. He gets a wonderful play off that shot. Ezra collects his own rebound here, fires it back in front, and Lex gets a beautiful tip in front. And the Sharks behind the net take it back out the other way. Umesh trying to tie the game. Shot, good save by Jay behind the net. Rupar tries to wrap around. The first half almost finished. Chipped all the way down. Lex brings it the other way. In the corner, Ezra spins, fires, can't get anything on it. Whiffs on the pass. Haran behind the net to Lex. Most recent goal scorer in this game. Cashino spins, fires, scores! Is that a tip-in? They're gonna say that's straight in. Beautiful shot from Cashino. As you can hear, the siren go as the first half comes to an end. Ravens 2, Sharks 2 on a late couple of goals. The Sharks have tied things up late. We'll see if they can keep that momentum. A win puts them in first place for sure. We'll see if they can make it happen here in the second half. We'll be right back.
Take a minute and try again to take up the king. If I'm stuck, I'll call you with each stage I'll move through. Well, I know just a little more. Each step I know brings us closer to that old throne. If I'm stuck, I'll call you with each stage I'll move through. Well, I know each step I know.
As we take a look here before our second half at the leading scorers, there is the man of the hour, Nick Petrakis. Your leading scorer, Isaac Cashino, also in that conversation as we head into the second half here. Sprang tries to get it up the boards, can't do it. Lex back in the middle for Petrakis himself, wide. West is going to call for a free hit for the Sharks in a dangerous spot. Kuehl down on a knee to take the play. Shot palmed wide. Chipped up. Cashino intercepts behind the net. Takes some space. Sharks looking to make something happen. Nobody out in front. Lots of open space up at the point. Lex whips one on. Good save. Pops it up. Got the cricket hands working for Jay. Great save. Dimitri backhand to Petrakis. Sharks keep the possession alive. Back to Cashino. Back to Petrakis in the front. Scores! Petrakis himself gives the Sharks the lead. As you can see, rips it near side. Almost missed it. It took a really long time to load. But now back to the action. Cashino loses it to Dmitriev. Shoots it on. Had a pass option in Sam McPhail there. Andrew Lynn behind the net loses it to Goldberg. Andrew comes out with it. Back to the point for Sprang. Loses it to Petrakis. He'll look for another. Could not keep Petrakis off the score sheet if you tried. He has been so good this season. 16 points, 12 of them goals. Cashino through the middle, loses it. Dmitriev with a very good stick. Sprang. Dmitriev trying to stay with it. Umesh tries to get it by. Andrew can't. Holds in the middle. Andrew pickpocket. The locksmith in front. Umesh. Penalty shot. Umesh in the net with his stick too high. And it will be Andrew Lynn, the man to try and tie the game. Andrew with the penalty shot. I love when we get penalty shots because it becomes so Eerily quiet in this gymnasium. You could hear a pin drop. Hopefully we hear some twine. Andrew comes in slowly. Forehand, waits. Arnold whiffs on the shot and then misses on the second opportunity. The Ravens don't get the tying goal there. And it will be a face-off in the corner.
Let's go, boys. Bring some energy. Bring some energy. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, whatever. Ready on the clock, eh?
Clears that one all the way down. Rupar has two chasing him very hard. Finds a lane, but ends up giving it up to Cashino. Up the middle to Petrakis. Stolen, other way. Hathroll waits, shoots in front, Lynn. Petrakis and Haran coming up with it. Back behind, Cashino, steal. In front, Petrakis finds himself in the slot, has it bounce on him, and the advantage will be played. Petrakis going to take the inbounding shot or leave it for Umesh. Off behind, intercepted by 10, and this one goes down the floor. Andrew Lynn looking for some options. Gabriel 10 switching with him into the corner. That pass goes there, but Umesh is the first to it. He'll hold, goes behind the net. And Team Canada defender Isaac Cashino on the ball. Looking to break out. Ivan Dmitriev on him. Pass across. Ezra has a go off him. He'll lose it up the middle. Dmitriev tries to get a good shot off, but hits a man in front. I don't know if that was Dmitri or if it was Jake. Ezra intercepts, clears it down, and Gabriel will be back to collect. He finds Hathroll on the near side, who finds Rupar. Hathroll through traffic, a great whip shot on. 10 settles it on the clear, and the Ravens will try and break it out. This one goes off of Wolf and out of bounds. Lex will sub on for him. And Rupar will be the one to inbound it. Nick Rupar up the middle, intercepted by Lex. Wiggle, can't quite get there. Rupar shot wide. Oh, golden opportunity. The Ravens can't quite get there. Inbounded by Dmitri. Cashino behind the net. At 11 and a half minutes to go. By my calculations, probably just over that. Zoom sends it down. Ezra collects. Good stick play. Rupar getting called for the aggressive stick checking, and Lex will be the one inbound. Back to Cashino. Hardigan, the commissioner, can't get out of the way. Neither can Ezra, as that one hits him right above the belt in the lower back. This is why they wear kidney pads in lacrosse, and it's actually not for being hit with a ball in the back, but rather a stick. Sprang out in front. Good opportunity. Diffused here as Cashino runs it up the wing. Keeps that possession. That is one of the most underrated skills Isaac Cashino has, is being able to hold possession almost no matter what. He's always able to find a way out of trouble and not have turnovers. Like this, Rupar from distance. The definition of an unnecessary shot. McPhail from the point, low shot, save. And Luong will take it. Behind the net. Back and forth between the D-men. Jonathan Lex in the middle now to facilitate. Sprang gets him between the passing lanes, but it chips over the boards, and the Sharks will retain possession. Near side, Zoom chips it up, and Rupar will hold for the Ravens. Back around behind, in the middle, chips it up the boards to McPhail. Sam collects. Shoots it deep. Owen behind the net, loses the possession to Dimitri. Tries to get a stick on it. No clean possession for Dimitri. Chips it up the boards. Hathrold the one to collect now for the Ravens. He goes the other way. Tries to get it back to Sprang. Out in front, and this one ends up on the stick of Isaac Cashino going the other way. Whips it on. Great save by Jay as that one hits him in the right elbow. Chip back out to the point. Cashino holds. Umesh looks for options, fires it wide. His option was a tip in front. Lex now back to Wiggle, loses it. Cashino corrals. He chooses to wait. Tries to find Umesh. That ball bounces on him, unfortunately. Chip up. Hathrold with a great move to keep the ball on his stick. Arnold playing very aggressive in net. Hathrold has it bounce on him, unfortunately, at the end. Andrew whips around, scores! Andrew's second of the game. Tie game, Ravens.
Colin gave you an assist. Colin gave you an assist earlier from a replay. Love that. VAR.
Lynn goes low as the Ravens look to soar high here in the second half. 3-3. With about 8 minutes to go. 10 behind the net. Andrew. 2 goals already in this game. His brother Jeff been one of the best goal scorers for the Ravens. He's met him in that column as of late. An incredibly valuable duo. Petrakis chips it. Wolf back to Petrakis. Haran can't get clean possession, and Dmitriev whips on the backhand. Haran up to Petrakis. Runs it up the center. Shot on. Good save by Jay. Wolf in the corner. Has Goldberg behind the net. Out in front. Interception by Rupar. He'll run it down. He's got Dmitriev. Tries to get the pass in front. One hand on the stick for Dmitriev. Tries to send that one on target, but can't find it through traffic. And with 7 minutes to go, Umesh Haran and the Sharks will look to break out the other way. Jake Wolf back to Petrakis at the point. He has his magic, like Austin Matthews spot up at the top of the basketball key that he just sort of disappears in. Wolf back, Goldberg, I think was actually looking for Petrakis. Zoom can't bat that out of midair, but Umesh can. Holds, Petrakis in his spot, shot. That one goes high. It'll be Ravens ball from the corner. Full line change here as everybody goes off but Gabriel Ten, who hits this ball in. Chris Sprang on the back end. Ezra trying to play aggressive. Lex gets it back to Ezra. Back across in front, can't go. Lex holds in the corner. Cashino whips it on, but it's blocked. Back the other way. Kuehl loses it. Chases it into the corner, bounces up over the boards. It'll be Ravens ball from the corner as this one hits off of Umesh. 5:30 remaining. Hathrold behind the net. Owen. Back across. Tyler Hathrold whips it. It's in. And the Ravens take the lead. As you can hear the refs talking down there, Wes is right. It hit off both posts, off Arnold, and then in the net. It hit off of like 7 things. But sometimes you take a little pinball if it means that your team comes out on top. As this one goes right out of bounds, it will be Sharks ball on a free hit from where Dawson is. Back to Isaac. Isaac looking for some options. whips it on. He found a tiny hole in that lower corner and was like, you know what? Mine. And almost hit it. Rupar going to be the one to knock this one in. The Ravens looking to hold this lead and end their season with a win in front. Loses it. Cashino shot. Side netting. I thought that might have been in. It was not. Wiggle in front. Goldberg trying to calm it down. Lex Spinorama, beautiful save in front by Jay. Chaos ensues. Chris Sprang, the one to come out with it here for the Ravens. He'll take it all the way to the corner. Loses it for a moment. One hand on the stick, still able to get it to Owen. What great play. Whoa, he is pickpocketed. Isaac Cashino, the thief out here. Cash. Back to Dimitri. Runs it in. He went for a massive windup. Hathroll behind the net. Tyler, back to Nick. 3 minutes to go. Owen. McPhail in front, very close. Dimitri behind the net now. Isaac. Sharks down by one. Lex in front. Goldberg can't get the shot on target on the rebound attempt. Cashino through the crease. Great chance. Cannot convert. Chipped up. McPhail tries to keep the ball with him. Sharks can't get the possession back. It's Hathroll that ends up with it. Finds 10 on the wing. He'll hold, get by Zoom. Spinorama back in front. Bouncing ball. Cashino settles it. And he'll sprint with it down the wing. Lots of speed with him. Behind the net this time. The Sharks' best facilitator trying to get something going. Umesh deep in the corner. Back through the center. Shot scores! Umesh. Beautiful play as he splits the D of Gabriel 10 and Andrew Lynn. Goes top shelf short side. .130 to go. Tie game. Lynn. Looks for a handoff. Doesn't get it to anybody. Rupar kicks it way too far ahead. Petrakis in the slot. Rips it on his offside, and that one goes well high and wide, unfortunately, for the Sharks. Near side, it's 10. He'll spin, shot, wide and high. Oh, a laser beam. Just off target.
Don't worry about it.
And that one will stay with the ball collection agency for now. I'll have to go claim it on our ball taxes after the game.
There we go. That's what we want. That's what
Umesh behind the net. Number 8 on number 8. He cuts through like a knife through butter. Now meeting some resistance. Advantage to the Ravens, and they will make a couple quick line changes and have their sort of last line of regulation out here. Sam, back to Chris, intercepted. Ezra, off to Nick, forehand. That's well out of bounds, and that should be a tip and will be Sharks ball from the corner. For what is potentially one of the last possessions of the game. Umesh at the point, rips it, loose in front, Sprang clears, off to the wing, Zoom tries to keep it in play for the Sharks, across to Petrakis, hands it back to Umesh. Back to Petrakis. Cashino. Gets through 2. Lex dumps it in. Petrakis. No good. Andrew comes up with it. He'll go the other way for the Ravens. Almost loses it. Able to stay with it. Andrew back to the point. Nick Rupar off to Sprang. Misses on the 1T. Dumps it in the corner. He'll go for a chase. Zoom is there first. Lots of pressure for him. Behind, Andrew comes up with it in the corner. The Sharks cough it up. Andrew looking for some lanes, has no help. And Dimitri with it in the corner. Andrew looking to come out with it. That goes over the boards. Ravens ball. Tyler Hathrell goes in the game for Ivan Dimitriev. He'll come back and play at the point. Andrew. Back to the point, Nick Rupar. In for Chris Sprang, back behind him. Sam McPhail tries to get a tip on it. Can't get it on target though, because that one goes parallel to the goal line all the way down. Out of bounds at the corner. Hathrell whips it low, good chance. Zoom collects behind the net, Cashino. Bringing it up. Back in front, Petrakis can't settle it. Down into the corner, Petrakis with a shot goes over the bar. We are tied and go into a shootout. And we are going to do one shot at a time here. They are going to stay on their ends. I don't have a shootout graphic, unfortunately, but we'll go back to golf commentary for this as the Ravens try and end their season with a W in the shootout. Owen goes, cuts back. That is just gorgeous. And the Ravens on the board first, 1-0 in the shootout. Sharks take their first shot now. It's Isaac Cashino, to no one's surprise. Isaac Cashino takes it, comes in quickly. Backhand, forehand. Jay can't get there. Goal the other way. West doing sprints. I wish I had the camera on him for the whole time. He better do that at least once more. That's content right there. Tyler Hathrell. Now it's his turn. One of the Ravens' big snipers. Has been backhand, forehand, backhand. It goes! One of the greatest shootout goals we've ever seen. Tyler Hathrell sends it about 12 feet straight up in the air. And now West doing sprints again, back the other way. Umesh taking the second shot here for the Sharks. Comes in with speed. Goes backhand again. 2-2 in the shootout. 2-2 after 2 rounds. It'll be Andrew Lynn, the third shooter here for the Ravens. He comes in with speed. Fire, scores. That's the third. Flawless so far in the shootout. I think the most rounds I've ever commentated in a shootout was 9. I believe it was Lions-Ravens season 4. Nick Petrakis, the league leading goal scorer. He's got 12 on the season. Can he net one here? He cannot! And the Sharks can't take the win in their last game. The Ravens win 5-4. Thank you all so much for watching this game. I have the most coiled headset I've ever seen in my life and have to spend about 5 minutes untangling this thing. But that will do it for our regular season. The seeding is decided despite the loss today. The Sharks are your #1 seed. They will play the winner of Lions Turtles in our second game next week. Lions Turtles the first game next week, and then the Flames versus Ravens, your 10-10, I think it's 10-10 or 10-20 game next week. 10-10. I got that right the first time. I don't know why I corrected myself. We will see you then for playoff action here in Season 6. Will the Turtles, off the back of their first win, be able to claim one next week? We will see if they can get a playoff W for the very first time in their very first TFL season. Thank you all for watching this broadcast of the Toronto Floorball League. I have been Colin Doyle. That has been the Sharks. That has been the Ravens. Those have been the boards. And this has been the TFL. We'll see you next time.